depression, I'd say the biggest impact I've had on depression. Obviously, you know, there's different levels of depression, and what I mean by that is if I take away part of your car engine, you know there's a problem, and that's why it's not working properly. Yeah. Now, with depression, if you have been shown to have some form of change in the brain or in a drop in neurochemicals that would be the same as change in your engine, and there's a problem, then obviously potentially you're looking at drugs and interventions. But for a lot of people that have, unfortunately, I don't want to step on any toes here with the health service, but for a lot of people that have unfortunately possibly been diagnosed with depression that don't have it, and sorry if that shocks you, but you'd be surprised how many people have actually worked with me and said, Steve, after talking to you, I'm not depressed. I've never had depression. You know, can I be honest? They had a real shit week and they sat with it for too long, and it started to grow because they watered it.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that they were focusing on. And when we rewound that, and the thing I do with depression, a lot of it is kind of question, and it's a realization of where you are. So with a broken leg, your leg is broken until healed. Yeah. With depression, it isn't 24 hours. So that's a fantastic indicator. You have good moments. You absolutely have good moments. They're highs and lows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Become well aware of what precedes a down, and become well aware of what you do to climb up or elevate a state, and take more ownership. I think the best way I've ever heard depression explained to me was anger turned inwards. So a large part of it, I'm not saying there's a magic pill when everyone's going to be cured, far from it. It is always an individual case because of what they bring to this moment.
Yeah.
You know, their experience, their past, everything about them. We all overlap, but we're all so unique in terms of the years we've had on this planet. I say to them, what you've got to understand here is, you know, particularly with depression, with the on and off moments, when anger is turned inwards itself, it's telling you, and obviously we've gone full circle, that a large part of that anger is potentially based around forgiveness. And as you can't feel angry and grateful at the same time, it's like accelerate and brake in a car. You can't use them together. You can't be grateful for your life and your friends and your loved ones and be angry and hate yourself at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
So the way, if you have, and hopefully people get this, I'm all about empowering the individual. If for some, I'm careful of how I word this, if for some reason you've unfortunately walked in to channel depression and probably spent a little bit too long there, pay big attention to gratitude, because that potentially could be how you find your way back out. I've helped people off of antidepressants that were on them for 20 years, simply with mindfulness techniques. And really, they realize how easy it can be to dig a hole and sit in there and get angry at the world for digging the hole that you dug and say, I'm not coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how powerful we are.
Yeah.
That's how powerful we are. I mean, exactly. You've got to laugh at that situation. We are so powerful to create and change, and we don't realize it. And here's the thing, I'm not sure about time, but I think this is such an important thing to get in. If you have a PhD in pain,
I mean, that's quite a powerful PhD, man.
You've got a PhD in creation. So start to put the flowers in more than you put the weeds.
Yeah, I mean, that's really wonderful. And I think the best thing is that, you know how to channel that pain. I mean, most of the people, they just don't know that how to channel that.
No. And that's the big thing. And that's why I'd always say, unless you're trained in this field, ask for help, speak to people. You will rarely find the answers to life in a book.